Yare yo, yare yes. Obi benya wona fi yare. Yamfa yare nso nya nipa. Sichire yare ni no. Sickness can determine the last straw of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and loved ones, supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy. We are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pocket, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma, and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055-000-5077. 055-000-5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health and Support. Help us with the diabetes equipment, glucometers, wheelchairs, old clothing, new clothing, financial support, and let's give it to the needy. Thank you for your support.
International project, and with that came endless travel and long nights spent buried in work. When he was not traveling, he is glued to his laptop or his phone. Lost in meetings or designs. Even when we are in conversations or even laugh together. Sometimes I sit beside him, hoping he will look up and ask me how I'm doing, but he doesn't. He never does. I tried to talk to him about how I feel, and I told him how lonely I've become in this marriage, how much I miss the man I married. He always listens quietly, promised to do better, and then nothing changes. It's the same cycle over and over again. I stopped bringing it up because I am tired of hearing promises that lead nowhere. I feel invisible, like my needs and feelings don't matter anymore. I'm not just me who lives the void. Our children feel it too. Araba recently said to me, Mom, I don't even know who Daddy is anymore. Koko doesn't bother asking if Daddy will come to her school events because she always knows the answer. It breaks my heart because I know Daddy loves them, but his actions say otherwise. He's always working, always chasing the next project, while we are left here trying to make do without him. Let her know what. But the important what you're saying. My main father let her important. My main father send me. You say, counselor, please help me. I say, am I wrong for thinking about leaving? How do I even begin to approach this conversation with him? How do I make him understand how much his absence is hurting me without sounding like I'm threatening him? I feel so lost. I don't trust myself make this decision on my own. I truly hope you can guide me because I don't know where else to turn. I demand the way by. Councilor Majana.
Yeah, no, I'm not here.
Yami Shami Pana way.
I feel yenti. And in from so maybe I ain't that's what yes.
Right.
We have Papa baby a wound.
Oh, Simon.
Yes.
We have Papa baby a wound.
Yes.
That's a Bible. I can't say
Bible my yes say na branti bi tena na ne din edi Abel na ne nua bema di Cain na Nyankopon stress enye afori wuchi a ema no na ekusi say ne nua Abel ne ye di Nyankopon pe na ne nua Cain ne de wa anye di Nyankopon pe ena Nyankopon hu wona nim say the construction of the mind has been exposed on the face osi na ka ye di yanka aden na onso afori ye no manje na ni nua be man friend say Abel ja mi ko sei no ja ni ko ho ya na de ade bo nti no wuye owu o bo na de no ku ade pa Abel ja wa asase so eni moja ba Cain ni boni nyina mu no otumi tena ase enwini kuro e wale ye enyama ewo
Abel papa yen ewie no wo.
It's say who the construction of the mind on the face. It's in your boy home by near careful. Say in more carelessness,
more carelessness.
The GD pass in Abel, Eba, ni din kuma kwa esisi ne so. Say na Cain sresre no ntiase. Na so di nechi koy.
It means he was not careless enough.
Me da se Nyankopon so ye hwe han.
Emi e yade ebo nti.
Enti wan hwa. Nyam be hwe han mo bi e di 50 pesos. Ekun efi asasi se why papa do. Papa ibu o ye ayenka. Yenka o yenka. Eti obi o chewade na obo so pa. O ma obi o. Se wa se. Eti ewiasim papa bebre no. E ma o kan chirigu ntem. Na empo uwu ababi abekoni asem. As asasi so na ye heaven. Heaven ni baby anyway. And you shall also be in prayer. E wo he.
Heaven baby na meto.
O ko pede wo ho.
Ya ko pede sai.
O se mawadum bra. O se mawadum bra asasi so sana.
Boni ndo so asasi so do.
Boni ni asasi so.
Nipa
de ha no to ye ba. O se nipa o se go unto a man. Born on the earth. Eti Nyankopon nim de eba betene mu. But your heaven is here. Obia wudi hia wo ha. Uni suru bia waka. Waka.
Na say here enya by choice.
O say
here enya by choice.
There by what?
O say
by what?
Circumstance.
Sister. Ekin makato so wale obaby enya de no ho efe keke. Enya de wako school you by your connections.
O wari oba. Nya de no ho efe kwa. Ne ho efe ye.
Nya say ye mom there be more opportunity so oba no ho time, oba no ho efe, oba no ho ton woska, oba no ho fa oniska. Ebe yanka fa de no ho fa oniska or connection.
The whole far oniska.
The who fa oniska about connection. Because now who often man gateway to a lot of people are just by phone call. Me walking or mobile money. Oh my God! Now who go worry about
who often now to be taking the man and I won't tell you who face.
And Pepe, the only change your mohono. Trap will be an archibela. Our lay a trap. Obi beso say we share brother awade no to so
awade na Yesu Kristo Yankopon no obo nipa
ono obo awade kro wani no ono obo awade wa body nsa no
na me anu no so
pa
angels atumi aba asase so abe ko manu fu
omo awale o be di biko omo awale di biko ni awale nyepe be catch them entina girls be bre ho eyo omo ya say what do you take me for? Am I just meant as a toy for you to satisfy yourself? Don't I look like anything that can be married? At times they say it in their hearts. It's left with them to say it outward. It's anybody who has attempted marriage and failed is not a failure. But it's a master of ceremony in marriage. And when they lose their mindset, they become counselors. Be careful you don't meet a counselor who is working as an injured marriage victim. Don't try it.
Counselors
don't try it.
Injured marriage.
If you meet a counselor who has become a counselor as a result of being injured in marriage, then I'll go here and what fun say. Me find your futuro Emma and Crawford. One more to Papa. I am futuro. And I ask him, say futuro as a credit part. This is okay. And the foot running well, and social idea. Nobody can find the best husband or wife on earth until you marry and make a mistake. Most of us are living in mistakes, and that's why our marriages are working. So those of you who run away from the mistakes, you have not done wrong, but try again. I will not give you a green card if you are married and divorced and you are still working, unless you are a woman, you are ugly, unless you are a man who doesn't have what it takes to manage a woman. This is where I connect to the story for the day. Aduma's letter is a good letter from a bleeding heart. But anytime you find your wife complaining on behalf of your children, divorce her. Hey.
I'm not sure no complaining or no Kolan to me papa penny. And no catcher said the old year mean Kolano so Philip. Oba waware be ma wono natena efie be de ohudi Na be man na dwuma wa fa dwuma na bɔ ne bo te sɛ Pep Guardiola. Sɛ Manchester betumi anya cup. Na wanya cup akonya Champions League. Eno na hia no na ware.
I mean, if you get involved with what your husband does, you don't feel his absence. I repeat, if you get involved with what your husband does, you are involved in the police activity, not because you are uniform, but your concern is bigger than your complaint. And let me tell every young man coming up, including those who are married, when a woman is placed for you, and money is placed or work is placed, choose work, make money. Ubenya atopa. Ubisan say, and I own female, yes, and I they be on the laptop. So what's the saying? Is say not take the phone. Okay. Oh yeah. No, say until you're over him. So oh fear, or say I need your total attention. Define total attention. Young girls, yeah, young Wale one, they are able to catch some level of attention because they need themselves from Tehoda. But young dear, yeah, Wale, nobody names say they're not Tehoda. Awalian my young men at Nasi, a son saying, can't yen, son awadian and tea. And Tiamu Breno yet Tiawadia say by yen Tiawadianasi. Yet we are in the mind, but we don't understand the fiber of marriage. And Tianutino, Yabibia, Yayamitra. Oh, complaining. Tisobia Soyaka said, only if you didn't collaborate with me, Gina doesn't want to sleep because you are not home, and I don't know what to do. So I want to just call you 10 minutes video so that you tell him something to sleep. This is a stupid wife with no apologies. If your son cannot sleep because I'm absent, then you are not qualified to be my wife. Go and find something else doing. So don't start what you can't continue. Me can't be a group on Thomas. Come in. They don't see any. They read bedtime stories for okay. You will sleep without a bedtime story because the best businesses are won after work. That's what I told you last time. Any man who closes from work and gets home early or gets home straight has a mental deficiency. I repeat it. Oni nyansen oni masasi su nyansa bema me kan mama me kan me nchi ona na edu ba bia wo bema enten di fie anumere bia abrabo na ye bon uti se bema bia ko bon yire se duane nya ready a hwe na abrabo ohia eye 1 oni vision eye 2 waye defocus se enu duane ma maybe sorry how much 5 a.m. Before me 5 a.m. Now me breakfast I ready. Because you didn't say 5 a.m. Me kwa be do 2 a.m. There a woman said aduane esi ho. Me hwe na metime dia me di metumi dia meja. Meja nso a enkofa atem didi emba. So there's nothing like me dia metumi ni onu say won dia ka chema me no. Na me pese me na o say who pass one day never make this statement again. You have to apologize. So the head doesn't need the neck to operate. So anytime your wife tells you that don't forget I am your neck, and also people be preaching or say, remember that the women are the neck. So for he's speaking sentiment, not reality. The head controls the neck. The neck doesn't control the head. So be careful. Because your neck, your head is not when it's moving. I can be looking at you. Thank you. So the head is operating. So the neck can be still, but the head is operating. And ask yourself, why are the 5 senses in the head? Taste, smell, see, hear, taste, feel. They are all in the head. So a man who has no direction is a vegetable. Now, if you listen to people,
the papa yem say be ma wa wari oba. Now kwa adwuma de bia ba na. Adwuma de bia ba na. Because so a ukura phone, laptop, uni ada adin bi say I want to say, or you want to say when mi sare o fa ho obeya ye di mi sare.
Yeah, cancer. Na na ya de bia wo ye di ya
o feel but o hu no.
Aha, to bia mo ye di am be se ye hwe se de na ekoso mutim. Wo ba bre. Say why you din? Now musuo nka ko
say how?
Say dey.
O ye di say how be man say. Adwa de na that's why you din.
Debi. Say sem ne yam bisa. Who nim say why you din?
Na say be attention to na maka.
We see sometimes when you need to sorry the pa. I'm say I don't see you smearing powder. See the skin is rejecting pomade. We say we should di muso answer. We say we say na body ni body ni rejecting pomade. And I never catch and say you are fortunate. What is saying crofo yi bi o man sra one day am body pa. Oh, she emma mu ofedo do na and take so much seriousness in the beauty that they have. Because the slightest thing they do, they glow. So what them say Hannah omo munim say ye here 7 hours. Ye here 7 hours that transforming and nim no dey akoji ya de. So in this mood swings of women, there are times that their loose stock comes as a result of their swing. He has changed. He has not changed. Times
invisible.
Times have changed. There are times that we believe that people have changed, but the times is what have changed and not the people.
Send no message.
Both within men and women.
Okay, I love you, I miss you.
Both within men, between men and women.
All of a sudden,
my question is, may you take Ghana and Obansra actually from February. Now, sorry. Hi, good morning. How are you doing? How was your sleep? I hope everything is okay. Let me hear from you when you wake up. She still expects so be do Ghana handle them in chair. I mean, my bother. My bother. Are you not fortunate that now you're under the same roof with me that when the building collapsed, we all die together? So you wake up in the morning and I tell you, hi, good morning, how are you doing? You don't feel it. You still expect a text message. I meet you. What's your chile? And I'm here formalities. And you do. Yes, I know. I miss you. And they expect you to say what?
I miss you too.
Ma bodam. Who has missed who? Okay.
Okay.
It's the right answer.
Okay, it's not.
I have not missed you.
You have to miss me too.
Says who?
Me.
So you see, the life we are living, and our selfish. What's it? Who now will film me? What's so film me? Maybe binti na will film me.
I was so here.
Yeah, bibi am feel. Na le bia bibi a ho yam. Yes, I feel. And I will mistake. Pa na da oba fin. Who sending message? I miss you. Hey.
Today, where did I sleep?
Oh, I can't say straight in, but so sir. No one said once or audio. Now, I said that a message came to my phone. Is it for real or where is it going? Because and so what I don't do regular, when I do it once, appreciate me and build me on it if you think it's necessary. And my love language is words of affirmation. When I want something, I want people to give me a compliment. Yes. And ever since I want this thing, you're not giving me a compliment. When I went to the office this morning, everybody said my shirt was nice and my jeans was so good on me. I don't know what I'm wearing in this house. When I am living alone or I'm living with a tenant, I'm getting so sick of this thing. If you know you don't love me, take me to my mother. Because it's a request. It has to be granted.
Woman is carrying about buying wife who come for room.
If you want so shot at the farm, honey, thank you for the dress.
Everybody,
I appreciate it. That's an insult.
What's an insult?
If everybody sees you and they say you are looking beautiful, don't come and repeat it to me. Because you are looking beautiful because I'm taking good care of you.
And to me, appreciate you.
No, it's not appreciation. Everybody said and you didn't say. It's an insult to the man. I'm the provider of your life. When you're looking good, it is me. It is me. As I say, I always tell people, what I'm wearing today, if you ask me, say 27, Apart from the brands that I represent, any other thing that I don't say a brand. It's coming from my wife. I don't know my wife's tailor. The opomata dear mommy. Me no. Me nkojina tell ebi so susu me da. But everything she buys for me, so I don't stop appreciating her, thanking her for what she does for me. So Shamnas will tell the say thanks to my wife, because a man is respected at the city gate because of the wife. So is a wife. Anytime you see a married woman at a boso come buying battery, she's not married. She has a roommate.
Busy. Well, yeah, Juma. Into the car, saying in your car.
Nana Bema, why you busy? Pa, or nim so awale, or car say na ubuna, unquabo can ya be batty brew motoso. If you recognize authority over you and get back them, can say, get involved in their work. I'm not saying be inquisitive in their work. And then BBC won ya or buy on kind. And to now more cover say, how was work today? And yes, so you just said you are okay now. BBS wa. Girls me no be kun and acting na what's it no be say what happened at work, two girls be kun na ya baba na mania. Some people say spies, so girl we complain no man. Everybody has the right to complain, but the request to make a decision to leave the marriage, which she wants us to confirm for her. The first mistake is she is bringing the children into the game. Mind you, every child is part of the father's family. Every wife is an ex official member in the marriage. I repeat, and I'll explain.
Yeah, I can't for you, sir.
Or baby about what you see biano and or baby about what you see bia and come Berman Nebusian or your co-opted member.
Yeah, my own.
Eti moja ya we are quoted member in the marriage, and I will explain. Tie, mame. Etoni bia obaby sorry one day ever treat mother love ase. Obaby sorry see mother love pay myself. Woni me yiri ni me mame nyina ye pe. I don't see them as two different people. What made my mother Mrs. Lutrot and what made my wife Mrs. Lutrot is the same law. My father went to search for my mother, brought her home and paid the bride price and made her Mrs. Lutrot. How did my wife come? So the Lutrot blood is not in my mother. Eti moja ne ekasa wo yemunu de ye suni e mban ye nsanom e mape ye bibia ye pesi ye to buying toys to please people, wasting money on dogs instead of human being. Ye busua ni moja ye o papa boja ye bu esuba. Eti oba no started complaining. She's complaining because she's an alien in that area.
One can busua no
and can bra bono. Eti nkwala na oni ya wo no. Moje musuban bi pie a obomode so betena so. Eti umada elo mpe wasema woni ni nyina ye pe. Eti na wusu nyi ye no ampe umabe mani ire no wasem. Because you are all visitors in the place.
So what is case na kwala so da kwa mama no akọ complain.
Because
akwala ya ade ane papa oni se ne papa man wo me bisa kwa.
Mame, me ko pede won in school. First na me kon kwala ni PTA. Until I encountered a security measure for who I am. I knew for who I am. My name is Councillor Lutrot. I am a brand that when you put me there, I don't talk. People will come and talk for me. Me come baby, I attract enemies and I attract some lovers. And some people who want to take opportunity of photograph to go and write what they want to write under it. And to me come back to school, like I was there and I became very involved in their new school. I had to change the school. Because Bishop Edeme didn't come offer, then I'm about PT and send I'm a bannet and I say, no, this is a security breach. So I don't go to the school again. Father's Day, the father and the child, I'm going to make money, me and my child to come and do what in the school. I won't come. I won't come. My wife can go. My house help can go. I won't come. A day with daddy. Because the father is not letter about a day with daddy at school. Money brew school. You are sick in the school.
Socialization.
Father's Day. Member me fear at school. You, the teacher, and your people are inviting me to come and join my child in your school as a student or as a what? When you're serious. Everything you think is okay in America must be imported to us. Are you okay? Bonding with your children. The child has been quiet, and the psychologist called the child, and the child said, "I've not been seeing daddy." So they wrote to daddy that we would like to see you. Who could do and that's going maybe to your see daddy, I'm welcoming you to the school. The child's problem has become our problem. Your child has become very dull in class, and he says that because he doesn't see daddy, and then whatever it is, we want to ask that is everything okay in the house, so that if there's anything we should intervene. Oh yeah, a vein, bear working. Which of the vein can you hold? And most of the time, they call your wife first. And when your wife goes to sit, look, it is so difficult to marry a woman who is not sensible enough. If you marry a woman like Abigail, at times you think she's sensible, but she can misbehave. Bible say, na ba yire Abigail. Tama David ka ni kunu ho asem. Ofo aso ka sa ohene fa che me kunu oyejimi fo oni nyansa. Yesi oba sa no wajimi. Na se ukuru jimi na wotumi bo man so ka che obi asa ukuru jimi a e ba ne se na wo ware jimi fo enti na ni kunu wu ye no se wanya kukudu di jimi na da wode ma kata jimi ni so kosi da obewu. So you go and sit in front of them and tell them, "Yeah, hey, I'm trying to manage it because the father goes out and doesn't come home and he doesn't see the father. He sees, hey, me do fear 2 a.m. Me do fear 2:25. Me do fear them go kwala them. And I'm going nyani one. I am teaching them say yeah that track or see anopa. Yeah, nyani. I tell my wife every day. So I get home, I say me be down with them. No man shut that window, my friend open the door for me. Me ready on that. Oh, she has no chance to sleep. I'm not home. She can doze, but she can't sleep. If your head is not home, why do you sleep?
Now last one.
What's it?
Last one.
One of the most destructive things in the world is marriage. If you want to stay focused, don't marry. Hey, when you come, don't go. Me da say, "Until kuna be feel me down by." Oh, you need to be sorry to people say, "Hey, so you came? What time did you can even here?" If your wife keeps telling you this, she wants you to die. Yes. Because the nana ya team you. This is your mind. This is your mind. The fact that your husband is not home means that she's with somebody else. Thank God your husband with somebody who will make him happy to come home. Then you say because side chicks are blessings, giving grace in the marriage industry. Well, no, tell me now. Side chick, nyankopon aduma chedi odi aka wade mu. Wo de anim ba ye yo hia. Ye nyampra wo ye giving me chin enye say ye papa o, yo hia o. Because it's expensive to run other girls attached to your wife. But if you have the capacity to do it, God blesses you to have more. There's no man sleeping behind
Bible
the
and Kasa.
Bible in the car.
Now,
Bible
now,
branch bit nasi on one kasa ni din yan kasa na de Solomon. Onya yiri ne munya empra no be side chick wachiri. Na na yiri ne ma na kuma da ne etia Nyankopon. Ba empra no bi anya sa. Most men that I know who are seeing other women are alive because of the other women, because the prayer they pray for them is against what their wives are praying. Let me tell any wife, there is no prayer of a wife that can affect any side chick. Look, said no crazy. Oh, wow, baby, school. Or when your first degree not to her, Jesus, who could have won on your first degree or the masters? Or they can't your kind of work. Most people are fighting their husbands not coming home, not because of the way they are feeling, but they are thinking there's another woman. Sister, they be make us no, but you're not having time to say I'm going to spend the time with you. Sister, be a cannon now. What you already me and son. After what is why the back? Now what you mean? No, my Beman never be. Maybe I want to. Maybe I want to mean you 5 times in a week. Who a problem? Yes. 1 year 5 times. How many times do you have sex in a week? Or we do twice in a week. Count it. Twice in a week, twice in a week. Not just a month, we are saying 8. A year, we are saying you are running a sexless marriage. Yes. What is your excuse? Sister, why not say wabre? When I say wabre, when in bre, a common end, do I say? Ahomaso enti na waya sete sa no. Me do person me daddy mama time. If you don't get home at 9, don't touch me. Are you serious? My dad me and Fatuma won say me ton ginger honey chips. Me ko ye meeting. Me pon meeting around 12 something. Me twem na me hu panyin bi bo chairman bi a owo prof na me say go isi see on the onantem ho na me friend. Oh I say hey te abra why dey be bag no. At that midnight between 1 and 2 I sold 1,280 Ghana cedis of my ginger products. Ahmachino na ka me ko fie keke egumikem. Messi omo they all everybody and every problem who that. So there are a lot of deals that have happened. Look, there are people that you can only meet them at night. So their mind say I'm part or they'll be full fraud or baby. Mind you, and you'll be a cheating on the spouse at night. And why is your mind so evil? And in Kuala one of me addresses said, Miss Sereno, never allow the children to get into your marriage. Let the children remain as children, because a man can be a father, but not a husband. A man can be a husband and not a father. And a man can be none of this, but just a man. So until you begin to fight and involve the children so you can have the attention of the man, be careful. This young lady has a very good concern. The man has not changed. Times have changed. Sister, in life, if you don't adjust, you have to pretend to adjust. Life, Bible says that blessed is the man blessed is the man who doesn't sit, who doesn't stand, who doesn't walk. It's a deliberate, conscious effort. If you are not deliberate, you are not needed on earth. Go into abyss. I repeat, if you are not deliberate, don't live on earth. Go into abyss. That's our problem. The reason why make us say a problem is, sister, what's the Batman was sister on society? What's your banner sister on society? Yes, there are changes in times and seasons, and if you are not smart to flow with the season, you will become rusted. It is alleged that most contractors in this country, they have their 2 legs open with a male organ hanging. Why? Because they belong to this political party and belong to this political party. They sponsor each side so that whoever wins. Thank you. So why have you become strict MPP, strict NDC? So when they go into a position for 8 years, you are also into a position for 8 years. You are not a sensible person. Wives, don't involve the children in your fight. Don't involve your children in the fight you are creating. Her complaint can be legit, but the way she's saying it is not helpful. My husband is getting more international work. Because the demand has been, mommy, a recipient of accountability should never think of getting married. Don't give money and 10 title monies and request for receipt for the monies you titled. The receipt of inquino is the evidence of inquino. That's a receipt. What am I gonna say? But let accountability be part of relationship. It helps build marriage. It's Imagine international connection, because me who says me demand near high. Ma me told about demand nearby, so then you will sister, and you will pay. And I'm not bidding come on. And when you casualty do fear. Now demand that yes, you share for the casualty. And yes, kaketwa. And all kasa no say, okay, bibi na say, hey, you ask me to obi ani wo gbasika no say bibi nsi no fan enti bibi si a obi abehia moa enti kitu abi anso na de so ano enti so obi sresra enye so obekisa say enti wa gba abrasa be si anya no one first no, there's amount of money you beside you cannot make it out at all in your life enti common say sister yi are right to complain, but on trust na on system level of complaining ni actually said then you betumi aye aboa no onyi nkwala ni free. Akwalaba when he beside say, mommy, I don't see daddy these days at home. Oh, Junior, sit down. Junior, my wish is that you grow and become like daddy. My wish is that one day you'll be happy to live with a wife like me who is married to a man like your father. Daddy's work entails so much. It entails so much.
Yeah.
XYZ. That must say. So it is deliberate defending of their father and letting them know that the best thing that happened to them is to be born by this man. But Nana, if you make the children feel like the way you are feeling and having the pain in your heart is the same feeling they should feel, regretfully, you will lose your marriage. Sister, begin to correct that act. And I'm calling they are calling in school. They are the letter back. They say a day, open day for parents.
Right.
And honey, this is the letter that has come for the children. They are demanding the father to come. Whoever made that demand has no mental faculty that is working well on the surface of the earth, especially in the economy of Ghana. Because, mommy, I don't pay me yeska. Now I say something because different, but come and spend time with me in school. What was it? I demand say and school go and come and report. Go and come and report. Asa, let me tell you, school fees. They be make my ebida. Me read 3 weeks. Sister, you share come. Me read here be. Let's get down here and fees. No man told me no. The reason is because when she's happy, genuinely happy, she's able to feed the children with a level of happiness. So I focus on my wife than them. And the sister, your solution now is and say, to me, you want to make a decision, but you cannot make the decision. What decision do you want to make? Once it comes into your head, I want to leave the marriage. I want to go to my parent. Be careful that thought, because when those thoughts comes in, you will be able to generate energy to do it. It is time for you to seek for help, like you brought it. We cannot help you through radio, but we can help you behind the radio. But this is a general comment for everybody. Don't create what you cannot continue. A crack is difficult to mend, especially in a huge building. Make sure some Kolanbe fee complain. Number 2, can you manage yourself to join your husband's late coming? Obedu fear na bema, wabre. Kono go biare. Obedi bibia na on di hwe. Ko biare. O go biare ba siso. Stop complaining. Adi ya se bema kase me yire ma me ho kwan me nene nda ya se oba se mi kunu ma me ho kwan me nene nda se bema de obeda agi se ejina so oba de obeda agi se afo no ne fo no so enye de nti se ejina so. It is a complaint of a man. It's difficult and painful that a complaint.
No 5 times a week. No ban na e waduma so to be no ye.
Hwe me wo kunu ne won da 5 times a week. Me ma we ni nji nka se si ade me mpo de me ho bi a so me. Obi ansori mpimpia obi asa ahoto aba me so obenya yale ma o manage prostate cancer oba onwale ya onye mpemagro ni trophy e ye fibroid be mo ti awade hu a onye mpemagro ni trophy e ye prostate cancer enti wo ahwe sa he na wudi na wo dey complain tisiso. Use it when it's available. And I mean, yes, sir. What about thing? And you want to more be sir? And will be a yo. Now they were quarry 2, we 3, 9, 5. Or no, belle. And this lady will need help, but within the help, on starting the management at home. The last thing is she should be careful not to meet equally bitter women, because it comes from the beginning. They will give you an experienced truth, but is it the solution? 0277 0277 609 644. I repeat the number again. Divorce is good because there are 2 things that should happen to every woman or any marriage: cheating and divorce. But before you divorce, seek for counseling. Don't seek for counseling from a divorcee. Seek for counseling from a professional. And I am one of them that have been practicing for long. And I know what time is it. On 0277 609 644. Change your sex life.
0277
609 644. Nyame shira mu nyina. Nyame adoma next week. Ye be sen hia. Eya ya se baba mpo a. Me na meti ha yi. Sister. Sister, I don't know.
Phone no blanket. Martiana pay. Alaji, okay there.
I'm going to you. And I don't go.
That's also one in a maintenance. 055-669-2445. I can't papa na large nasa mama no. Mesra me am no 5 times a day. One more kwanya wa kwale. Machala bay. Yes, empa. Yes, empa. Yeah, brother, na everything. Malenko. No problem.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Yes, 95.9.
Hey, oh. Do you need money? Yes. Macho aini. Macho aini. And you are asking, who Philippe or Wadwin? And you phone them. A large blood vessel so enlarge it to give more blood for the heart to pump. It's not a good thing. Now the AM process say what tra a big mountain like somebody gave you access to eat and you jump and you went home and they didn't give you. It gives you more problem. Brother, stop driving around because anything can happen to you. One more when dear, baby, I tomb Tonedi.
Yes, empa. Yeah, from us and nothing. Martin. Oh, shout. I say you have to be
the baby or I body, but so got 20.
Last caller near statement. Yes, empa. Yeah. Morning. Martin. Oh, shall also pie that's if I get him come this year now. What you send he be it has a council.
Mesonala abeda say na obi a utie mi bia enko ye no. Don't take the law into your own hands. Don't poison each other. Don't do what will affect the rest of your life. Less sex can cause prostate cancer. Less sex for women can cause a lot of anger. Oba na we any smooth. Usually a lack of good sexual intercourse. O boss dey bia na bufu a hwe. And at the end said, no, if you've had all the sexual intercourse in the world and if you never done an office dex, you go to hell. Because this position. Sister, so unya bi da table. Sister, may answer radio no wa ye wo dem aba radio no abonti. Say unya bi da table so sister. Kasa na hu so dey there. As I'm telling you, I'm just imagining it on and off again.
Hey, Counselor,
sister,
there be me here.
Your table so that
There be
sister Bomodina because who shape na idea table so there. Why? And before you try, make sure there's a foam because you don't have the features for it. And it's you
na
Musa kitchen stew papa no headmaster na enye ni say di man say na sa position buy aya world record
na mami Mr. Counselor thing okan bibi na mema na friend they were happy na omo ka say do anyu me ho nya kan okone counselor kan warefo na so omo atwi.
Sex is meant for everybody who is sexually active. And to do na awale phone na enya bindi. The singles are good. Side chicks will always give you. Because who fast one day? Meet your fees, meet your rent. Bisa who say one kasa who fast one day o mabrabo. What must say? Auntie, mo wale ne dey. Head na wale abomodin na use so ade. Because our lay ebe reduce usage. Na na ati ya hwe no mo so. A lack.
I need to do a more. I've been lacking as well. I like table.
And okay, buy me to only a farm. I didn't only a farm. No, Kevin. No, someone else can know.
I was there.
Yare yes. Ubenya wana fi yare. Yamfa yare nsu nya nipa. Sichire yare ni no. Sickness can determine the last straw of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and loved ones, supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy. We are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pockets, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma, and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055-000-5077. 055-000-5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health.